There we have a bunch of used coils, some spark plugs, and all that good stuff for a 4.6 Expedition. Yeah, 2000 model. We got us a miss in cylinder number 1. Got my suspicions. Back about a year ago, we put new coils on it. We put these guys on it. Something called Precision Auto Labs ignition coils or something. Some kind of yellow looking thing. Well, they sent me 8 for this thing, and one of them was bad right out of the box. No fire whatsoever. So we chucked it. That's why this is red. And you can see, if you look down there, you see the yellow ones. And the one I replaced it with the used one that was still good, was actually right about here, right about down in there. But you can see the yellow there and up there and all that. So this side's firing. This side over here, number 1 cylinder, is not firing, or it's got a miss in it. And of course, what do we have here? We have one of those yellow looking deals that we bought. See, which one is that? Actually, you know what? That is a used coil. The yellow one was over there like this. It's got yellow on the sides. So I do believe this is a Motorcraft. For some reason, we got missing this cylinder here. So what we're going to do is unhook the coil wire and run a coil, put a coil up there and put a plug on the end of it, and we'll see if it's firing. For now, I think what we'll do is just unhook the coil here and make sure this coil is firing. We'll start it up, and if we got spark and everything, then the coil's good. We'll have to pull the plug out and maybe clean it. I don't know, sometimes oil gets down around these, because when people put oil in these engines, they spill it, and some of this oil will get down behind here and eventually leak out around this coil, because this seal around this coil right here a lot of times does not keep the oil from going down in there. It does go run down in here and shorts this out. You'll get a miss. So I've dealt with that a lot of times. So for now, I'll show you what we got inside on the code reader. And sure enough, 301. Well, what are you going to do? I think we got some other codes here, but that's for the ignition here. Let's see. Yeah, we got this one code out here for the exhaust gas recirculation flow. All that's a different story, but that miss will cause the system to freak out, and we can see we got a system 2 lead already. Not good for converters, so we're going to have to go ahead and figure out what's going on with that. I'm going to start this up and see if we can hear it missing. All right, it's running. Yeah, and I can definitely feel the miss. All right, so we'll pull that out of there and see what we got. All right, I'm pretty lucky with this one. I'll tell you what, a lot of times you'll get a miss on that side, the driver's side, all the way to the back, that plug back there. I'm not sure what cylinder that is, but a lot of times water will get back in there and you'll get cracks in the intake. That side over there can be a problem, so you have to pull that coil out sometimes and clean it. So luckily for me, this side's easy to get to, and it turns out this coil that was bad, well, the other side does have all yellow coils. I put that one over here because that side's a little harder to get to work on, so I put the coil that was bad on this side with a used one there. There we go. Get this out of here real quick. We'll hook this up to a spark plug and start it and see if we get any spark here. This will save me some time. I'm wondering, when I pull this out of here, this coil, if it's going to have oil over the bottom of the boot. There's the bolt. These things will break. If I can get this camera just right. Well, I should have unhooked this wire first, but get this wire off first. There we go. Let's see what the bottom of this boot looks like. Yeah, there's some oil there, but not down there, so we'll hook it up here and see if we get any spark. I'll set the camera up here where you can kind of watch this. Well, she was sparking and she quit. That thing's pretty much dead. All right, let's try one of the other ones. Alright, I think you can kind of see that. Now, when I first started this up, I came out here and I hit the camera. I can see just a little spark, then it slowly died. So, We guess this is another issue that we've had with coils. They will die after a while. So here is another coil. This is a Motorcraft. I think it's good. Plug in this one and we'll try that one. We'll start it up. Camera may fall, but I'll leave it there and come out and grab the camera. Hopefully it won't move. Oh, do you see that? There we got spark. You can even hear it. Anyway, well, we found our issue. Yay! Alright, so that's a big relief. You wouldn't think, but yeah, these coils go bad. I'm just going to put a red dot on this one so I'll know it's bad. We can use the parts off of it, you know, the boot and stuff. So let's go ahead and stick this in. I think what I'm going to do is pull the spark plug out real quick and just double check it and make sure it looks okay. Alright, so red means bad. As most of you know, spark plugs tell the story. You look at them, you can see if they're in the correct heat range, see if your engine's burning rich, lean, or if it's just broken. And since I don't make a lot of money on YouTube, this is what I use to get my plugs out with as a magnet. Maybe somebody will send me one for free. I see. Yeah, plug looks pretty good. Yeah. That gap is a little wide though. Look at that. That's a pretty big gap. I'm going to re-gap that. That should be at 55, I believe. So let me check that gap. Alright, I like that. The book calls for 45, so we're about 46 or so. Let's see, do this again. Yeah, we're right at 45. Check your insulator, make sure there's no cracks or anything, because you'd be surprised how many times there's a slight crack will cause that spark jump to the side of the block and short out your plug. Other than that, we're pretty good. So let's just go ahead and stick it back in and see if it's going to run without a miss. Hey, let me know where you're watching from right now. Alright, so we got the coil here when the plug is in, and we're good there, and that should go right down like that. Now, I tried to get them to send me an extra coil, like these yellow ones here that I'd bought, 8 of them of, but they were just kind of difficult to work with, and I said, just forget it. I tried to buy just one on eBay, couldn't find them anywhere. They wanted me to sell me 8, so this is why we kept our old coils, because they were good. One of them wasn't bad. And I just thought it would be pretty cool to put these in, but maybe I can find one on eBay later. Just one of those. I'm not sure what the brand name is, but it's not important right now. Alright, so that's in. Let's go ahead and get that little nut in there, and we'll start this up and see how she runs. Alright, I think we just snug these down, guys, because these will break off on the intake. That intake doesn't have much of a ear there for that bolt to go down into, so just be aware of that. And like I said, that one on that side's broke. We've got one of these coils just kind of hanging over there. I got to make a clip or something and kind of keep it pushed down, but it's not a big deal right now. Alright, let's hook this up here and see. We're good. Good thing is I didn't see any oil spilt down in here. That was a problem about a year ago. There was a lot of oil that accidentally got spilt down in here, and I had to clean all these out. But I think we're good, so let's go start her up. Now I've already checked the oil. She's right where she should be in oil wise. Hopefully this will take care of the problem. Alright. Oh yeah, that took care of it. She's smooth now. Oh baby. Beautiful. She sounds good. Yes. Just little simple things like this could save you a lot of money. If I took this somewhere and tried to have a mechanic look at it, a dealer or whatever, I guarantee you it would have been $300 just to do something like this. Alright, let's get these codes all cleared up. And we're done. And of course the check engine light bulb is burned out on this. That's my next thing to fix. If you guys want to see that, give me a thumbs up. Alright everyone, as we wrap this video up, I've got to say she's smooth as butter. No more shaking. You could actually feel that on the higher gears and all that when it was doing all that shaking. Now we're on this really rough road. All right, now we're back on a nice smooth road, and she's in fifth gear. And when you just barely feather that gas, that engine's nice and smooth. Now, if you have a miss, that's when you can really feel it in high gear. So I'm happy this worked out, and I'm hoping you liked it too. So until my next video, guys, thanks for watching. I'll see you later.